Right, these are my UFC Fight Night Cannonier versus Rodriguez predictions. Um, Start off with Dontail Myers versus Walter Walker. I feel like Walter will get this done. Um, Dontail doesn't really have any ground game at all. Um, Gets controlled by basically anybody who has an ounce of wrestling or grappling. Um, I think both these fighters will gas in this fight. This will be another sloppy heavyweight fight, but I think Volta will get it done. I don't know, maybe he could pull out a submission. This will probably be like a decision. Both of them gas out after the first round, and then Volta probably just lies on top of him for the rest of the fight. I can see that happening. But yeah, I'll go with Volta Walker for that. I'll say decision. Vince Morales versus Elijah Smith. I'm gonna go with Elijah Smith. He's a good prospect. He's coming off a couple good wins over some other prospects. Vince Morales, he's not that bad. I feel like this fight is a little bit closer just because Vince, he is 3-7 in the UFC, but a lot of those losses are to good fighters. I think he lost to Chris Gutierrez, Song Yadong, Jonathan Martinez. You know, a lot of his losses aren't to bad fighters. So this could be closer. But I'm gonna go with the up and comer, Elijah Smith. I think he can get the win. Gabriel Bonfim versus Chaos Williams. I'm gonna go with Chaos Williams. I feel like he could just chin. I feel like he's gonna chin Bonfim. Bonfim is good, but this is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. Chaos Williams is fight with who was it? Rolando Bedoya or whatever his name was. It was some Mexican. That was a bad fight, man. He arguably lost against a short notice fighter. It's a tough one. I'm gonna go Chaos Williams. So I feel like he could just. I feel like he'll chin Gabriel. Yeah, I feel like his power is dangerous, and you know, Chaos is his losses aren't bad. Who's he lost to? Michelle Pereira and I forgot who else he lost to. His other loss wasn't against was against a high level fighter as well. Yeah, I'll go with Chaos Williams. Gabriel Bonfim was looking good in his first few fights in the UFC, but after that Nicholas Dalby fight, it's not looking good for him. You know, and you can't be losing to Nicholas Dalby. Nicholas Dalby's been on a run recently, but he's also 40 years old. When you've got a good amount of years, I don't know how old is Bonfim. Doesn't even sound here, but he's a lot younger than Nicholas Dalby. You can't be losing that, man. And Nicholas Dalby's not that good. He didn't look good in his last fight, even though I thought he won his last fight. I thought it was a robbery. He still looks slow. He doesn't look the best. Yeah, I think Chaos Williams will get the knockout on this. Rafael Estevam versus Jesus Aguila. I'll go with Rafael Estevam. That win over Charles Johnson's aged really well. Yeah, man, not much to say. You know, Jesus Aguila's he's a submission guy. He could maybe get a fluke submission or something, but I don't think that'll happen. Estevam's got I think he's got better grappling, wrestling than Aguila. Aguila is still as good, but like I said, that Charles Johnson win is aged really well for him, and he looked good in that. Controlled a tough fighter like Charles Johnson most of the fight. He did gas out in the last round, but that'll probably happen against a fighter like Charles Johnson, who's very hard to get down. Yeah, I'll go with Estevam to get that. Jared Gordon versus, I'm not even gonna pronounce that name. Try to pronounce that name, but Ruzaboev. I'll call him Ruzaboev. Is he related to the other one who fought Joaquin Buckley? Nah, they've all got similar names in that region. Jared Gordon's gonna win this. Ruzaboev has just fought cans. He's an absolute can crusher. He's fighting people who are like 8 and 9, and he's got majority decisions with these fighters. If he was brutally KOing them or submission them or dominating them all, maybe I'd go towards him. But if you go into like a majority decision with them, that's a bit different. But Jared Gordon's good. He gets screwed over in a lot of his fights. In the Paddy Pimblett fight, in the I forgot his name. He's in his last fight, especially. That was a robbery. But I'll go with Jared Gordon. Jared Gordon's good, man. He's got underrated striking. Like, he was piecing up Paddy. He was Hazrat. Is that his name? Oh, I can't pronounce his name. He's piecing the guy up in his last fight, and that he got robbed in that. He was piecing up Bobby Green before he got headbutted. He's got good striking. He's a good fighter. I think he'll get this done. This guy's got no power, Gordon. I think he'll get decision win in this. But Ruzabov, he's a can crusher. Yeah, he's not going to win this. Right. We've got on the main card. Rodolfo Vieira versus Andrei Petroski. I'll go with Vieira. I trust in his jiu-jitsu. I think he'll get the submission. His striking isn't good at all. Maybe Petroski could pull out some knockout or maybe a decision win, but I don't think that'll happen. I think Vieira will get the submission. Like I said though, he's got no striking. But Vieira's good, man, and his only losses in the UFC to like prime Chris Curtis, who has phenomenal takedown defense, and to Fluffy, who's on a mad streak right now, just about to fight Brendan Allen. I'm gonna go with Vieira to get that by submission. Ishmael Bonfim versus Nazim Sadikov. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm very bad with names, by the way. I'll go with Ishmael Bonfim. Nazim's good, but I feel like in his last fight when he fought Borshev was outstriking him in every round except for the second one when he got that knockdown. I think Bonfim's far better than Borshev. Borshev is... I don't think Borshev's good at all. I don't know how this guy... I don't know where people get this world champ. He was a world champion kickboxer because he does not look like it in there. Nazim's good. He's got some good wins. He's got a submission over Terence McKinney, rear naked choke. I don't think that's going to happen again to Bonfim. Bonfim's only loss is to in the UFC. His only loss is to Benoit Saint-Denis, who at the time was on a mad streak. Everyone thought he was going to walk through Dustin Poirier, but then obviously he got knocked out. But that loss to Benoit is not a bad loss at all. Benoit has very good grappling, and I don't think Bonfim's going to let that happen again. And I don't see Nazim. I don't see him knocking out Ishmael or anything. I don't think he's going to madly outstrike him. But yeah, like I said, I think Bonfim's going to get this. He'll probably get a decision win. Yeah. Edmund Shabazian versus Dylan Budka. Edmund Shabazian's going to win this. Dylan Budka is not that good. His wrestling credentials mean nothing in this. I mean, he couldn't even control Cesar Almeida, who has zero takedown defense. Cesar Almeida was getting dominated on the ground by Roman Kopylov, who's a striker. I don't think Dylan Budka will do anything to Edmund. Edmund is kind of allergic to wrestlers, but Budka isn't as good as a Derek Brunson on the ground. I think Edmund will win this, probably by TKO. Next one, Calvin Kattar versus Yusuf Zalal. I do think this could be a close fight. Calvin Kattar, in his last fight he got dominated by Aljo, but Aljo is one of the best wrestlers / grapplers in the UFC. That's not a bad loss. I think Yusuf will take this. I'm going to go with Yusuf Zalal. I think he just mixes it up well. He's got good striking. He's got good grappling. Zalal has no power though. I don't think he'll knock out Keita. Especially Keita's got a solid chin on him. Yeah, I think Zalal will get this probably by decision. You never know though. I could see maybe some. Calvin Keita did this with Giga Chikadze. He pulled that. Everyone thought he was going to lose that, and he battered Giga. But Giga's one-dimensional, very, very one-dimensional, and Yusuf is very good at mixing it up. I think Yusuf will get the takedowns when he needs them, and secure the decision. Yeah, this is another tough fight for Keita, man. I keep giving him very, very tough fighters. Right. Yeah, Yusuf Zalal. Yusuf Zalal. I'm terrible with names, man. Jesus Christ. Yusuf Zalal. By decision. Right. The big one. Jared Cannonier versus Gregory Robocop Rodriguez. I think Rodriguez is going to get this. I'm going to go with him. And it's simply because Jared his chin seems to get progressively worse. Every single fight. He takes more damage. He had that. He got rocked in his fight with Nasruddin Imavov. Even though that was a terrible stoppage, I thought he still got rocked quite badly in that, and then basically got KO'd by Kaya Borojo. Yeah, and Robocop's got far more power than both of them, but Robocop's chin is debatable. He has a very. It's either his chin is either there or it's not. And for someone like Robocop who relies heavily on that chin, on his chin, that's dangerous. Jared Cannonier has power. Although he hasn't, knocked somebody out in a long time, he's still got power. I could see Rodriguez mixing up his striking with takedowns. He's got a very good ground game. But I don't know. I'm gonna go with Rodriguez. I feel like both of these could get chinned at any moment, but I'm gonna go with the up and comer. This could be a big jump for Rodriguez. So, from a non-ranker to the rank number 7, who was, Cannonier was in the top 5 not too long ago. I could see Cannonier getting a KO on this, but like I said, I'll go with the up and comer. I trust in Rodriguez. He had a very good last fight. I think he'll get the knockout over Cannonier, who, like I said before, his chin is getting progressively worse every fight. And he's also quite old. I mean, I think Rodriguez is old too, but I'm pretty sure Cannonier is quite a bit older than him. Yeah, Rodriguez by KO. Yeah, that's my final one. Hope you enjoyed. Comment if you disagree or agree with anything. Like and subscribe.